This is the story of a man named...
Yep, man named Stanley. F6 immediately. Alright,
All of his co-workers were gone.
so
What did it
let's
mean? Stanley
obey
decided
him.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And go left here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
Way
door
ahead
on
of you,
his
buddy.
left.
So we have the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
There's something in
Stanley
the
decided
closet.
to go up
There's
to
probably
his boss's
but let's
office.
go down
Coming
this
to
time.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yeah, so he isn't
No,
like
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to
it's
himself,
repeating.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
So the narrator isn't like
He
going
imagined himself flying
against.
and began to gently float
Oh,
above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? And this voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
his voice like quivered on that one. Nope.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the fuck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Is that an ending? Oh, F6.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
There's like
decided to go
noise.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sounds like it's raining outside.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So this isn't. That was an ending. Alright, so let's just go, but instead of hitting the escape, go to the mind control facility or whatever. It sounds like it's raining outside. That's new.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase,
Yep.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Done this before, man. Where's this door? Oh. Is that a gun to a panda's head? Well, let's just find out what the
Stepping into
narrator
his manager's office, Stanley was
wants,
once again
'cause,
stunned
like,
to discover
you
not an
know.
indication of any human life.
Then we'll go
What could it
and go that way.
mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
This is a different.
What
He
could
didn't
its
say
purpose
this.
be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Why is it an opening? Is it just because?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley
alright, here we
calmly
go.
walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, so instead of doing the going down the escape, let's just go to where the narrator wants. This game is super interesting. I'm having a blast though. Oh, it's saying not responding longer than usual. Come on, game. There you go. You can do it. I believe in you. F6. Do you want to explain that, narrator? Why I walk like that?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This is the monitor room.
The lights
Yep.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, we already know it's here, narrator.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true
104.
nature revealed.
Oh, and
Each bore the
601.
number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe
Went up,
it.
thought it was gonna
He
go down.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh boy, what's this room?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working.
That
all
does
of it
look-
monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind controls idle. There is a big old red button and the number 5 back there, so.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I'm moving my mouse around. I can't. Oh,
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
not-
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
oh, it's because of the fucking
yet-
F6 thing.
Even as the immense
I was like, why am I
eyes
moving?
slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Yeah.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
That's
it will
pretty.
be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I can't even like go back like I can.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I'm not
The
pressing
feeling
anything.
of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Got an achievement for beating it, apparently. So I guess that's the good ending. What else have I not done? I haven't found the 2 officers that were fired. I don't know where I can even see them though, because the numbers are always around the 400 area, but there were 600, 100. I can mess with the
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible?
this is new.
They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, no, the orders were still missing. For now.
That was... I wonder if I just sat there, everything would just go back to normal, but I'm not doing that because that's boring. So let's go right, but not go down the elevator.
When Stanley came to a set of two
No.
open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Lovely.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Yep.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So I went in there, but that goes back to the meeting, but then the elevator's there. But let's go this way, because I forgot this was even in our way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Whoa. It's big. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift when it is motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. You get paid 5,000 or just...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please,
Someone
stop
else.
trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, is it our wife?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Jesus.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What the fuck? Why is he being so mean now? Like...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Death? Hi, loving wife. I can't even... What can I do? Can I open the fridge? Look out the window, turn on the TV? Hi. What do I do? Can't do anything. I can't even walk like past this for some reason. There's like a weird hitbox here. You can hear me hitting everything. Yeah, I can't like... Is there anything on the ground? How are you? Lovely weather we're having. There's a door there. Can you move this little like chair? Because I can't. Well. Oh. Press H on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Because like when I hit escape, it makes the glitch happen again. So that's what it
Look
had.
at him
Oh,
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
9.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
To spend time with the boys. I have to. You have to keep hitting escape. Oh God, what did I do? Oh, is it O?
So
Oh, I was
he
0.
went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
A game
And
with
he
a
called
baby.
it the Stanley Parable.
For to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I'm to tell your wife you love her. I love you,
But there
wife.
is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
And to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Alright. I won't. There's like a clock in the background. I'm not doing it. How long will this take? Just walk around. Well, I guess I have to.
You see?
Oh.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
7 to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. Oh. What the hell? F6. Alright.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
doors.
When Stanley came
Alright,
to a set
so
of 2 open doors, he entered the
what
door
if
on
we
his left.
jump off the thingy?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just gonna
The
admire it.
lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, so yeah, I can see that. It looks like it just goes back to the meeting room. But let's jump off this
Stanley was
because
so
why
bad at
not?
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
How do we get over there?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
Yep.
here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Well, that's alright. F6.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yep.
What could it mean?
What else have we not
Stanley
done?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, we didn't go through the room by the bosses. Let's go do that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
there's probably something with the
Stanley
broom
decided
closet
to go
too.
up to his boss's office,
What's-
hoping he might find
Can I
an
like
answer there.
close myself in here?
No, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Does he think that I'm like jerking off or something? Hello. I don't know, like, there isn't anything I can like really do in here. It's just a closet.
Coming to a staircase,
Alright, oh,
Stanley
almost went
walked
down.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, so this door doesn't open, so yeah, let's go in this room. Yeah, it's just to do with a panda. Business strategy, shooting pandas. Oh. Am I going up or down? Up, because this is the top floor, isn't it? Just goddamn stock. I've heard this music before. Because it's just like stock music. Oh, there's lyrics. No, they're saying Stanley. Recommendation over. It's shaking too much. How long is this elevator ride? Oh, here we are. Right. Recommendations from the Oversight Committee. Oh, I'm just back here. Oh, let's go down. No, down. 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 Because, like, when I did that, like, I actually hit the up first. So, I mean, there has to be something with this. There's no way that this is it. Oh. Wow. There really is nothing, is there? What if we go all the way back?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Alright. Never mind. Let's mess around in that room before we turn the power off, because there is some stuff around. There is like a button that said 5. There is a big old red button that looked pretty ominous. And there was that weird like pit in the middle that looked kind of deadly, honestly.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
We've already figured it out.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
This
Stanley's
looks really cool,
co-workers.
though.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley...
Those two are just the same. They're just
eternally
mirrored.
haunted in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, I'm curious about the two ones that are fired. I wonder what that's about.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's
There's also-
control all this time?
What does that
Was
say,
this the only
pirate?
reason he
Private?
was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What's that one? Does that say pirate? Yeah, it says pirate. I wonder what that's about.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Alright, let's mess around in this
Here's
room.
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
So there's this
working,
thing.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very
That
place.
looks
And as the
weird.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power
Wait, did we?
over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We came from that set of doors. What's up here? Four. Alright. Do I have to hit 1, 2, 3, 4? Like, look at this thing. Like, what is this? Alright, there's a big old red button here. Let's see what this does. Oh, there's a 5. Oh, I can't even hit it. 5. There's a button over here. 3. Console disabled. Let's just hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what happens. 1, 2. Is here. 3. That goes all the way up here. I mean, there's no way that these buttons are here and they don't do anything. There's like a cable too. 3, 4. I can't jump, so I can't just like hop over it. And where was? No, that's up here. Yes. So this does nothing. Cool. But there is like a cable over here. That's not there. Here. Brimstone. Hit brimstone. I can't tell what that is or that. Oh, that's a power button. So we have brimstone and something else. This door doesn't open. But let's see what happens if I turn it on, I guess. Rather than off. A house. Can't tell what that is. There has to be something with those buttons. There's no way. Alright,
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yep.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Oh,
you are the star. It's your story.
Oh, that door's
now.
open.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Oh.
What all this means. I barely know where to start.
That big button.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of
Correct,
solace before
researcher.
you're obliterated.
Do I?
All
There's
right, I'm good.
0521
You'll die anyway.
14
I'll tell you exactly what
1421. Let's try that.
happened. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it
Why are you
burn
being
to a
like?
crisp.
I don't know.
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Oh, thank
These
you.
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
I don't know what the code
You
is.
have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now. Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yes.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
What?
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won, sold?
Activate button.
Do you have any
Dark
idea
blue.
what your
1.
purpose in this place is? Stanley.
Button
You're
hit.
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
What?
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Why is
To
it?
see you made humble.
Activate button
Not a
hit.
challenge.
Green 2. There's no green here.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you
Goodbye,
can't.
employee.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
There's a truck.
You being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the
Enable
moment we fade in until the
backup
moment I
power.
say, happily ever up.
Well,
All of his co-workers were gone.
what could it mean, narrator?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There has to be. That door was open, and I think it closed. Cause load. Load. Is this where I was? Yes! Still a way to go, but you know.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door.
There's
that
no
led
way that
to
there's...
mind-controlled
Because I think
facility.
what caused... I'm gonna sit through all this again. What caused that door to close was that I did an electric shock thing. Also,
The lights
I can
rose on an
probably
enormous
Google what
room
I'm
packed
supposed
with
to do,
television
which...
screens. What horrible secret did this place
Gonna
hold?
do that.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That's... If I can type... Parable... Endings... I got the museum, got that escape pod, heaven, broom closet, confusion, powerful, cold feet, apartment. Oh, Zending, alright. Art ending. There's so much to do. So we did the left door. Actually, I am going to go to the countdown. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that you can do apparently. Well, begin the game again. I'll try one more ending. Oops, F6, I was not paying attention.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Can turn stuff off? I swear I did that before. Oh, and head to the right door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This
was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Yeah,
and
no.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
The
by
thing says
employee lounge
to
first, just to
do
admire it.
the jump
Standing
onto
now
the
in this
catwalk.
incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away. He felt sad, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The
Stanley
thing
was so
said to
bad at
jump on
following
the
directions, it's
catwalk.
incredible he
How do
wasn't
I
5
do
years
that?
ago.
Well, let's save. And let's go. It said to jump onto the catwalk.
Look,
How do I
Stanley,
do
I
that?
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Oh, when
I'm
it goes
not
up.
trying
Yeah.
to I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story is... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Danger everywhere. one's boarded up. Yeah, these ones are like boarded up almost.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Fuck you.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm getting
I
farther.
still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
Textures
I haven't
missing.
even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer
What's down there?
textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This
Still
already
mixing
feels an
ceiling
example
light.
where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I wonder what happened if we go through there, but you know.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Are these? Oh, okay. Did you know 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players choose the blue door. Are more attractive than Stanley. It's me. Is this? Let's go back here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Not really. I don't like leaderboard stuff.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Not at all.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this
What the
game,
fuck?
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly.
I don't like that. It's
confronting
just
the
a
demands of
real-ass
life.
picture of a
I
baby.
think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
I'm
sure
not
to keep
doing
notes
that.
on your experience.
Just gonna let it. I'm not playing this for fucking 4 hours.
You heartless bastard.
Jesus.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Was he going through Steam or something?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What's happening? It's not responding. Wish it could respond. Oh. Did it actually crash? It's all white and the thing's loading. Oh, there it goes. This video's off.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing I've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
You can't
Will it
jump.
ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside.
The sun isn't
You've only
coming,
gotten
so
half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
even has the right sound effects.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come on, Stanley. We have to go mining.
What the fuck is happening? This is a cave here. Oh my god.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I'm not. Just the old gravel texture and everything with mushrooms.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all.
I can't go
1 out of
back because I
5.
can't jump.
Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
I can hear a
Okay,
zombie.
new game.
Oh. That was really fucking funny. Just the reveal of it. It's just like... please be another actual game. That was really good. Right, what is it now? This video is way longer than usual. It's Portal!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Is the portal going to open? Where's the timer?
Trapped in a
Time
glass
isn't going.
box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. Oh, what is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
The portal isn't. The time isn't going down.
Curious. Let's go find out what the hell
Oh,
this is.
then activate the portal. The portal system to go on. This is amazing. The cube.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
It even has like the actual. You can actually pick it up and everything. Are we just gonna play Portal?
Yes.
Thank you.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
Oh come on,
I
this
really
game's
don't
great.
care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt.
Oh, I didn't really mean to do that. Work in progress. Stanley Parable Alpha Test Beta. Filing cabinets. Oh, I fell again. I didn't even see that. Where are we now? This is definitely the best ending. Oh my god. Like, Minecraft killed me. Where are the... Oh, this is like, yeah, it's like the alpha of... Oh, we're returning to our desk. I can't see what that is. Four, two, 7. I can't really do anything. Oh. I didn't do
I
anything.
wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can't do anything. Oh. Oh god, this is absolutely the best ending. That was beautiful. This is different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
So is it like...
Feeling a wave of
that was
disbelief, Stanley
closet.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because that was different. It didn't have the... It's already open.
Here's the door, just go.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I probably should have ended this video. I probably shouldn't even made this video because this video sucks other than that Minecraft gag. Because I haven't been fucking saying anything because the guy's talking and I feel bad. So like, let's just go back to this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Because like it had the it was different though. And the broom closet was boarded up.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yep.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
'Cause is it still just the same ending? Is it just like restarted?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Where's
Each
pirate?
bore the number of
Pirate.
an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
What's that
And
say?
Stanley,
Urgent.
one of them,
That's all I can
eternally
see, though.
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, I
This
can
mind
figure out if
control
the
facility, it was too horrible
that
to
door
believe
closing
it
was
couldn't
because
be
I was an
true.
idiot or
Had
not.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
Yeah, so all
it.
his dialogue
own
is the
life
same,
in
but
someone else's control.
yeah, it was totally,
Never.
it was different. We
It
didn't
was
have the initial
unthinkable.
office. It
Wasn't
just
it?
went straight to the
Was
two
it even
doors.
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly
So
blind
I'll
to
still
the world?
turn it off. But
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
I figure out what the hell
labeled
this
with
thing
emotions.
is, but
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I
After
did.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort.
Yeah,
I really do.
like time like
But you need
glitches
to
out like the.
understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation.
Detonation,
In
nukes,
the event that
DNA.
this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
What a like.
Eliminating the entire
What a defense mechanism. Like someone just presses a button
detonation, then,
and a literal nuke goes off.
say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Yeah,
it's
so-
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better
Well,
than what I had in mind.
guess
What
the
a
door
shame we
just-
have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what
Yeah, I can
precious
still make this
moments
out.
each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me,
Action, but
where we're going,
more.
what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before
well-
you obliterate.
Pretty sure that's just it. Of course, there's some more endings I probably didn't get for various reasons, but let's just go back to the menu. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Let's watch the credits while I talk. Yeah, I really liked that game because like it was just insane. Actually, I don't want the music. Sorry. Yeah, it was just insane. That last ending was definitely the best one. That Minecraft that killed me. But well, that's weird. You can't see my mouse on the first like this screen, but you can see it in the little like weird infinity thing going on here. But I don't know the exact order you're supposed to get the endings in. That probably affects it quite a bit. But it definitely has a meaning in there about being normal and being content with life and being yourself. So that's nice. There's people talking in the background, but I think these two videos kind of sucks. I like the game, but I think I just sucked in this. I think these videos were garbage. I've just been really frustrated with recording because like none of the stuff I want to none of the stuff I want to do works, and I have the fear of repeating myself. I just don't really know what I'm doing, and I've been trying to upload daily, but I think after a while I'm gonna have to stop and do like every week because like I've just been like school is back to normal now, going full time in person every day of the week, except for the weekends of course. But I just been, I don't know, but I just think I'm trying to do too much. Cause like no one watches these videos. I know they're doing it for me, and I think cause I'm mainly doing it for me because I do like doing this, but I think I'm trying to like I think I'm thinking too hard about what I'm doing, and I'm trying too hard to think that it's like I'm thinking that I am putting on a show for way more people than I am, and I feel like, oh, this video wasn't good. I don't think I should upload this or whatever, but I just think that I should probably try just play games that I just like playing. And like I did mention I did enjoy this game quite a bit. I think it was amazing. I think it was really funny and I enjoyed it. But beforehand I was trying to record stuff. It wasn't working just because the video just sucked and the recording was messed up. It was just, I just think I'm trying too hard. I need to have more fun with these, so I need to think about what I want to do. And I don't know what I want to do. I am completely winging it. So, I don't know. So, I apologize for this little rant. And this video is way longer. I stopped doing the timer after it went like half hour. This video is way longer than it really should be. So, yeah, this video kind of sucked, but whatever.